God, I am having a fucking week, let me tell you that.
And if you would fucking believe it, I edited this entire video and then my computer crashed and deleted the whole thing and none of my autosaves worked. My computer autosaves every 10 minutes. Empty. All of them. All day. All of my saves. So it's now 10:47 p.m. and I'm restarting. Week just keeps getting better, baby.
I need to just lay on the couch and stare at the ceiling today. I'm gonna go outside and be a person and like soak up some rays, get some happiness moving, but god damn it. I was venting yesterday on my Instagram about how yesterday specifically just felt like one of those days where it was like everything was happening all at once and even the littlest things were pissing me off, and I felt like I needed to be like shut away in a box. Part of that is because I've had my period for 3 weeks and yeah, I'm miserable. I know I've talked before about my struggles with my period and how awful that has been for me throughout my entire life. This has been something I've been dealing with since I was 13. And we thought we were good for a second. You know, the last like 2 years have been pretty okay, pretty regular, because my whole life I had super heavy, nonstop, really long periods. I've literally been a victim to my uterus for my entire life, it feels like. And for the last 2 years, it like became easy again and it let up. So yeah, who knows what's happening there. I'm not looking for anyone to diagnose me in the comments. That is gonna piss me off way fucking more. I think that pisses me off more because it like insinuates that I haven't been talking to my doctors about this for years and years and years. I literally pay $15 a month to go to a special doctor's office where I can text my doctor, okay? I visit my OBGYN like fucking 20 times a year. Don't tell me about it, okay? We're trying. So anyways, that's kind of where I'm at mentally for a gauge. I'm on top of the fact that as I'm filming this, the conversation of Roe v. Wade and abortion is everywhere on social media, and I feel exhausted by it the same way that every other person that is impacted by this in some way feels. You know, I can go on and on about how fucking absolutely asinine and ridiculous it is and how I'd actually like to get in a fist fight with anyone that believes that people shouldn't have a right to choose what happens to their bodies. Yeah, I'm pro-choice, pro-abortion, fucking obviously. One of the things that makes me particularly sad whenever conversations about abortion come to the forefront and are everywhere in mainstream media is it makes me so sad how many people feel like they have to expose their like deepest personal traumas to gain empathy and respect from other people. It makes me sad that we have to like bare ourselves and bare our hearts and bare these like awful, traumatic memories on display for people in attempt to like make them see us and care for us. It just makes me sad because you shouldn't have to do that. You shouldn't have to like give people a reason to care. You shouldn't have to detail the worst experience of your entire life to make people see you as a real human being that deserves to be able to have control over their own body. And there are so many incredibly brave, vulnerable people online that have shared stories this past week, 2 weeks, and I so deeply admire them, but the whole thing makes me so fucking sad because they shouldn't even have to do that. You shouldn't have to tell all of these stories and uproot your deepest traumas to make people care, and it just sucks that that's where we're at right now. Not to start this video off on a downer, but it's kind of how I'm feeling. Anyways, it's pretty nice weather outside today, so I'm gonna take myself out to lunch and go to the park and just try to have a good day. And before we really get into today's vlog, we have a very fitting sponsor for today's video, which is our friends over at Favor, which used to be known as the Pill Club. Something that's really important to me, which I'm sure is very important to a lot of you as well, is having a choice when it comes to our reproductive health care. And one of the more important choices that I have made in regards to my reproductive health care is getting on birth control. I've been on birth control since I was about 16 or 17 years old at this point, and that's a choice that I've always felt confident making for myself. I've known that I wanted to be on birth control because one, I do not want children right now, and two, it just gives my anxious brain peace of mind to be both on birth control and using condoms when I have sex. If you're unfamiliar, Favor, formerly known as the Pill Club, is a professionally prescribed birth control subscription service that delivers birth control straight to your door for free. Favor carries over 120 different FDA approved brands, and the Favor team is always just a text away to guide you through what your different options are and help you find the right birth control pill for you. Most brands of birth control are free with insurance or Medicaid, otherwise prices start at as low as $7 a month. I know that sometimes tackling the conversations of birth control and figuring out what's right for you and what works for your body can feel pretty overwhelming. Favor makes that all really simple. You can sign up in under 5 minutes for birth control delivered straight to you for a very low cost, if any cost at all. So if you're interested in exploring which birth control options are going to be right for you, you can go to heyfavor.com/partylikemaddie, and right now Favor is offering a $10 donation to bedsider.org for every single one of you guys that signs up to be a patient through my link. And that donation will go towards helping low-income individuals gain access to affordable birth control. And again, that's heyfavor.com/partylikemaddie, and you have to use that link to make sure that your donation goes through.
All right, I read an annoying comment on the internet this week and it made me think, so we're gonna talk about it. So let me set the scene for you. Person A is talking about how frustrating it is to deal with non-communicative partners and being in a situation where you are the partner who is trying to show up for the relationship, trying to communicate, be vulnerable, and this person is either ghosting or being super inconsistent, unreliable, just generally unreachable and like not emotionally available, not really showing up in the way that they are supposed to in the dynamic. Person A is talking about that, expressing frustrations in dealing with non-communicative partners, as we all do. Wouldn't anybody be frustrated about that? It's a very fair thing to be frustrated about. And person B looks at person A and says, well, you know, relationships are hard work. I'm sorry, I can't even say it without laughing because it's such a fucking ridiculous response. And it kind of got me thinking. I was sitting here reflecting on saying something like that in response to somebody expressing frustration in dealing with non-communicative partners, and I felt like sitting there being like, yeah, that's exactly what we're talking about. What the fuck are you talking about? How are you gonna look at the person that is communicating and expressing frustration for the person that isn't and say, well, you know, relationships are hard work, as if the hard work in question is anything other than having tough conversations, showing up and being vulnerable. That's what that sentence means when they say relationships are hard work. It's about talking and like showing up and working through your issues and compromise, all these things that require communication. You know, the list goes on. When people say the sentiment, relationships are hard work, what they're not talking about is teaching a grown man how to use words. That's not what that means. But I was sitting there thinking, like, if that's the threshold for what hard work means in that context, then like really fucking anything goes, right? Like anything can be classified as hard work. Now there's no line of like, this is unacceptable behavior. It's just always, well, you know, relationships are hard work, and the weight of that always is going to fall on the shoulders of the person that is showing up. No. Not on my corner of the internet. I don't know. Responses like that get me riled up because I don't know. I just in general have a problem with people who talk down and who listen to someone share what their boundaries and experiences and frustration is, because sharing those type of things, that's extremely fucking vulnerable. Let's not forget that. It is really hard to talk about those types of things publicly, and so it kind of pisses me off when people can hear someone share such like intimate information and perspectives and really emotional stuff, and their reaction to that is to talk down to you and like talk to you like you're some fucking airhead idiot that has no idea that relationships are hard work, when it's like
That's exactly what we're talking about. And that kind of scares me too, that some people view hard work in relationships as being anything. Like any level of bad can be considered, oh, well, it's okay that this is bad and it's okay that this hurts because relationships are hard work. Like you can justify anything if that's your mindset. You know, there needs to be some boundaries here. But that's the beauty of the internet, baby. Always keeping me thinking, always keeping me reflecting, always keeping my brain active, for better or for worse. All right, I got some new pieces in from the Fashion to Figure Gabi brush collection, and I really want to try them on for you guys. I'm gonna start by trying on this piece because this actually comes with matching pants, but I dropped them off at a tailor yesterday to be shortened because they were much too long for my 5'3" ass. I love these fucking tie tops. First of all, this is so breezy. My tits in the summer, love this. On top of the fact that it just looks fucking good. Like, I just look fucking incredible. In the same sort of tie top vein, I have this yellow romper. Gotta get the wrinkles out of this one, but how cute is that? Every outfit that I put on these days, I'm just like, imagine me drinking on a beach. Drinking on a beach. Also, I love this design. I think it's so comfortable. It's like connected in the back, but in the front, it's like loosey-goose. You know what? Tops like these that show like a little bit of the in-between and like stomach area, it makes me want to get a tattoo there so fucking badly. I probably won't because I have so much other space that I want to get tattooed first, but I'm like itching for a tattoo right now. I've been tattooed since last summer. And I hate that that's become like a routine for me because the summer is arguably the worst time to get tattooed because of the healing process and having to keep it out of the sun and you can't swim with it. And it's just like way overcomplicated getting tattooed in the summer versus in the winter. It makes way more sense, but I'm getting like the urge to get a ton more tattoos right now. And we have another winner. This skirt. Yeah, so fun, so cute, makes me feel like I'm on vacation. My only criticism about these two pieces is that I kind of wish that this strap right here had an elastic in it or something so that it would have a higher likelihood of actually staying on this side of my shoulder because I reached down for something and it's already up. You know, it's just like sort of being held there by a wish. So it's not like the most comfortable top ever, but I think this is really fucking cute. I also kind of wish that the long sleeve was on this side, so that way my tattooed arm could be out and about. I only have 2 tattoos on this arm, but super cute nonetheless. So I'm a regular viewer of the H3 podcast, and last week they did an episode talking about things they believed when they were younger and like old family stories, family lore to like totally understand someone's family and how they grew up. And it got me thinking because there's just so much Dragsbaek family lore that has been totally untapped on this channel, and I feel like we need to talk about it. And beyond Dragsbaek family lore, just like Maddie lore in general, and like fun little nostalgic early 2000s moments that just get me good. I wanted to have a chat, and if you're looking for a playlist to set the mood, I have made arguably the best playlist of all time. It's called Born in 1997, and it has basically all of the songs that'll make you feel nostalgic to understand the time period that we're talking about here, which is probably anywhere from 1997 to 2012. Those were my golden years. That's really what I look at as being like my childhood, I guess. That's birth to age, what was I in 2012? 15? something crazy. 2012 was a crazy year. But one of the things I was thinking about when they were talking about stories of like things that they believed when they were younger that is totally ridiculous, I wonder if any of you guys heard this story in your school too. But I remember in like 1st or 2nd grade being told that SpongeBob was being canceled. And this was like a big deal, right? Because SpongeBob is SpongeBob. Like in like 1st grade too. I was in 1st grade in like what, 2004? 2003. But I remember people saying there was this rumor going around that SpongeBob was getting canceled because some kid jumped off a boat and drowned because he was trying to find Bikini Bottom. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm assuming it's not. I'm assuming that what I was told as a 7-year-old about the fate of SpongeBob, it was not true. Obviously the show didn't get canceled. I just looked this up to make sure it wasn't real, and it literally was on like an urban legends website. So this was like a major rumor in the early 2000s. Somebody's older sibling definitely made that up to like scare some younger sibling that loved SpongeBob so much. Like, yeah, some kid jumped off a boat and died, and now SpongeBob's getting canceled, so suck it. Another tall tale, maybe. I have to like check with my family on this one, because I don't know if this is like Dragsbaek family lore or if this is like Hopkinton, Massachusetts lore. But there was this one like really tiny, really creepy looking house on one of the back roads in the woods that you could barely see from the street. I remember my mom and grandma telling me like scary stories about the guy who lived in that house, saying that he always made turtle soup. And it doesn't sound that scary to say it now as an adult, but like as a kid, hearing that somebody made turtle soup, like you could have said that they were making dog soup to me. Like that was the equivalent of that in my head. I was like, turtle soup? How could they do that to the turtles? And I feel like my mom told me about sometime that either she went to do like a ding dong ditch or someone that she knew went, and he was like really, really creepy and threatened to put them in the turtle soup. And now as I'm telling this, I'm like questioning if I made it up. Like, did my mom and grandma actually tell me this? Is this like a real story, or did I fully make this up? Or did they make it up and lie about it because they thought it was funny? You know what I miss about being a kid? Is starting poop rumors. Like, poop rumors just don't hit as an adult, you know? I think they still hit with my siblings. Like, there'd be nothing funnier to me than if we're like all sitting at dinner or like sitting in a car and I go, remember the time Morgan pooped her pants? Never happened, but you just say it, and you say it really confidently as if you're all gonna remember this and laugh, and like everyone goes along with it. But there was something of like extra funny about doing that when you're 9 years old, being like, remember the time Cole pooped his pants? And just like letting people have a meltdown trying to defend themselves and say, no, I didn't poop my pants. Actually, that would be super funny now too. I'm gonna start doing that again. People don't appreciate poop humor the way that they should. All right, well, I'm done being an adult. I want to laugh at poop jokes, but like good poop jokes, okay? Don't make a bad poop joke. Gross. The offensive part isn't the poop part, it's the being not funny part, so get it right. I'm trying to think like what else. There's so many. I need to like have a family member here to like help bring stories out of me and like recount the memories. Holy shit, it's been a decade since 2012. It doesn't feel like it's been that long. Like, I don't know, my childhood doesn't feel like it was that far away. Anyways, that's all the nostalgia I can think of today. Maybe I'll vlog, I'll bring up this topic again when I'm home sometime this summer, and we can really dig deep into the Dragsbaek family lore when we have the whole gang together to totally jog our memories. But the sun is going down. I'm gonna finish my cider, maybe go downstairs and get another cider, and then go hang out. So thanks for watching. Love you guys so much. See you in my next video.